Hi, welcome to B3 Comics. I'm Matt.
And I'm Nate, filling in for Kurt.
Today we're going to do our Best of the Rest segment, which takes a look at the best comics of this week that we didn't do a standalone episode for.
This episode we'll be looking at All New X-Men number 5, Manhattan Projects number 8, and American Vampire number 34.
So in AVX number 5, Beast is finally saved from his life-threatening mutation, Jean Grey unlocks her memories of the future, and Scott is pretty much harassed on all sides.
I thought it was really interesting to see old Beast, young Beast, and young Jean Grey all interacting in his mind.
Yeah, very cool.
And you just get to see all the different emotions that Jean Grey is going through, and old Beast faced with certain death, and young Beast trying desperately to save him.
Yeah, I wasn't really too big of a fan of this whole like Beast dying storyline in this first arc because it was kind of odd. Well, I thought it was somewhat obvious that he was gonna live through it anyways.
Yeah.
But some other interesting things that happened in this issue is we kind of got to see Warren still voting no, that he wants to go home. And it was so sad when he's like, how come nobody's telling me what happened to me in the future? And I'm like, oh man, he's just going to get...
Yeah, I think part of it might just be, he's a little scared because he hasn't seen himself.
Yeah.
And of course we know he's gone through some stuff.
I know. I feel like a little bad for him in that like he just sees the way everybody treats Scott now. Like everybody treats Scott like shit, even though technically this young Scott hasn't done anything. And when he finds out what he did, becoming Archangel and starting creating Tabula Rasa and stuff like that, like I think to a certain extent he should be worried people start treating him different as well.
Yeah.
But Scott also got treated like shit this entire issue. I love Scott Summers. Everybody knows I love Scott Summers, and it just like I actually called it in our last review I did with Kurt, where I said I really hope Jean Grey just doesn't punish young Scott for, the crimes of old Scott. And that's exactly what happened at the end of the issue. And it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up what's happening to him. I mean, she's pissed off. I mean,
yeah,
him cheating on her with Emma Frost.
I know, it's like he's getting punished for cheating without actually getting to cheat.
Yeah.
And then, like, Wolverine is ready to gut the guy, and he's like, hey, everybody, let's have a vote. Like, should I kill him and get Xavier back? Like, I mean, this is the guy who's now, like, the face of mutant kind.
Yeah, the headmaster of the school is just saying, I could kill this guy right now. I would love to kill this guy
I'm
right now.
I'm gonna kill this 16-year-old.
In front of all my students.
Yeah.
Beware. He's
like the biggest hypocrite. At least old Scott Summers, stayed true. He stayed the path. Scott Summers was right. Fuck everyone else.
I don't know about staying the path. I mean, killing Xavier is...
Under the influence of Dark Phoenix.
I mean...
Alright, well, we don't need to rehash that. But as a grade, what would you give this issue?
I would give it a 3.5. It was very interesting to see Jean Grey come to face her future.
Yeah, I'd give this issue a 3. I still really like the series, but, compared to some of the other issues, this one wasn't as good.
Next up is Manhattan Projects number 8. In this issue, we see the old powers coming and fighting the Manhattan Projects in Star City. While initially losing, Von Braun is able to turn the tides in favor of the Manhattan Project scientists before he is critically wounded.
So I really liked this issue. It was really cool to kind of see this old money and kind of old power, almost a little like an Illuminati type group. And it's, you could see Freemason, Harry Truman, and then like the other people in this like kind of cabal are like a mummy, which I thought was kind of funny, and it looked like a Mexican wrestler.
There was like a computer there too.
Yeah.
So another AI.
Yeah. I just thought that was really kind of fun and funny.
Yeah. And we see AI FDR just massacring
a ton of scientists, just laying waste.
So they took out Star City, but of course we see Von Braun makes it out of Star City, and...
But I felt kind of bad that he just, like, Helmut, who we saw in a previous issue, was always just trying to escape. He just uses Helmut and then, kills him, which is just so messed up.
Yeah, I mean, that's the story of Helmut's life, though. I mean, Von Braun just abusing that guy. And then, even to the last moments, he's just like...
Just used.
Dangling his freedom in front of him the whole time.
So maybe it's karma that he... that Von Braun just gets pretty beat up at the end, or...
Yeah, but, I mean, he even says it himself. He was willing to sacrifice anything, just...
Sacrifice anything to build rockets.
Yeah, even the Holocaust, which we saw he regretted a little bit. He was trying to do all this in what he thought was redemption.
Right.
He would find some redemption in it, but...
So as a grade, what would you give this issue?
I would give it a 4 out of 5. I really enjoyed it. It was cool seeing all the AI fighting across the different locations.
Definitely. I would give this a 4.5. I really thought this was one of the best issues of the series, and the series is great as it is. It's just so cool to kind of see. We got to see like a whole variety of the characters that Hickman has created. Okay, so the last comic we're going to talk about today is American Vampire number 34. This is the last issue before it goes on hiatus in 2013. In this issue, we see what happened to Abilena Book. She's now living alone in a cabin, and we get to see how she was kicked out of the Vassals. The issue also hints at a new vampire, the Grey Trader, which is a super old and incredibly powerful vampire that everyone seems to be afraid of. Abilena Book is also having visions of the future. In it, she sees what's to come.
I think it was very cool seeing Abilena Book again. I mean, the last time we saw her was back in Las Vegas.
Right.
So I think it was really cool how we get to see where she is now, like how she was kicked out of the Vassals.
And we also get to see that the new bookkeeper of the Vassals, Gene, who's Will Bunting's nephew, which is a nice, kind of reference to the past, and just shows how deep the, cast of characters is in Snyder's American Vampire.
Yeah, I mean, it's been, over half a century now since it started.
Yeah.
You get to see these vampires are immortal, but I guess the rest of the cast...
just dies around them.
Yeah. So that's very cool.
What did you think of the whole Grey Trader?
I thought it was very cool. We get... This guy comes up out of the ground.
Yeah, he seems unstoppable.
Yeah, he's just incredibly powerful. But other than that, we really don't know anything about him. Other than
it's almost like in Jaws, you just see the shark fin, but you don't know how big the thing is underneath the ground.
Yeah, like you just hear the music and you're on edge.
Yeah, it gets you excited for it to come back from hiatus.
Yeah,
although we're probably gonna have to wait 9-10 months.
I'm really excited they had a picture of who I thought was Travis.
Yeah, we're seeing the visions of Abilena's visions of the future.
Yeah, so hopefully I've been waiting for him to come back ever since Death Race.
Yeah, because he's so cool.
You gotta bite him back.
Yeah.
Like, that guy's just such a badass, so...
But as a grade, what would you give this issue?
I would give it a 4 out of 5. It really piqued my curiosity, and I'm wanting more.
I'd give it a 4.5 because it felt like almost like an epilogue to the first part of the series, and it just has me wanting more, which I guess is the point. So 4.5 out of 5.
Thanks for watching this episode of B3 Comics.
Please leave a comment below on any of the comics we talked about today, and please subscribe.
Bye.